Hi guys, welcome to a cinema we built in Tunbridge Wells just recently. We wanted to give you a little bit of a tour of the room, and we're shooting it on a Insta360 camera just so you can feel immersed in the room, and hopefully you can get the perspectives as if you were in the room with us. So first of all, we look at the screen, as this is the main focal point of the room. So the screen is a 16:9 aspect ratio, so very similar to what you would expect on your home TV. It's a 2.5 meter wide, which in TV speak, corner to corner, is about 115 inches. The screen's made of a woven fabric, so basically the speakers are behind the screen where they should be for the director's intent. The images on the screen, if you spin around and look up to the ceiling, are fed by a Epson 9400 projector. Behind the screen itself, as we said, are the speakers. So if we come along to here, we have the left, we have the center, and then we have the right. These form the base layer of this room of speakers, which is a 7-speaker system. So again, we've got the 3 speakers at the front. We have one speaker about here, and then we have another speaker up the back there, and then the same on the other side over there. For subwoofers, for the bass, for the boom and the crash, we have a subwoofer behind here and a subwoofer behind here. And then for Dolby Atmos soundtracks, we've got 4 speakers up in the ceiling, one on either side up here, and then one on either side up the back there. The reason they're in the coffered ceiling is because, one, this is a very old building, and the ceiling is made of lava plast, which fundamentally, if you know lava plaster ceilings, you know you don't really want to cut into them, and it can cause a whole amount of mess. And also, the room above here is a sensitive room, so they didn't really want the audio travelling up from this room. So it meant that we could put them in the newly installed coffered ceiling, and then we could soundproof them and put sound acoustics behind them to, keep the sound a bit more in the room. Staying up at the ceiling level, you'll notice we've got the coffered ceiling with the blue LEDs in it. We've also got LEDs behind the back of, or behind the side of the projector screen, and then we've got LEDs along the floor as well. Obviously, as you can see on the screen, these do wash the screen out slightly in a cinema. So these would be used for, like now when you walk into the room, maybe if you're sitting down, watching football, or you're using the room for children who don't like to be in the dark, then you could have one of the lights on to help them not be scared of the dark in the room. But fundamentally, when we watch the film, all the lights can be switched off and the room can be totally, pitch black. Source equipment, as you can see, we've got an Apple TV. We've also got a Sky Q box via an AVR, which basically supplies all the contents of the room. Having a look around the room, if you look to either side of you, you can see we have 5 front row reclining seats. They're in a nice sort of suede type grey material. Very nice, very warming. You can charge your phone, you can fully recline, etc. And then you'll also notice the whole room is wrapped in fabric. Now, if we touch this fabric, I don't know whether you can see from there, but if we touch this fabric, you can see it move slightly. So if you check out some of our other videos on YouTube, you'll see some when we were building this room. This room is all framed out in wood. The speakers are hidden within the framing. There's rock wall sound acoustics and sound deadening behind and within the frame. And then the whole room has stretched fabric all over it to give it that warm, cozy feeling. And again, help with the acoustics and not, make sure it's too reflective in the room. One of the challenges we had was these 2 windows. Now, I know you're asking me what windows because I can't see any windows. So actually, if we just do that very slightly, you should be able to see behind there. And this one over here, you can see the light coming through. Basically, behind there are 2 windows. The room was it was a gym, it was a bedroom, it was a few other spare rooms down in the basement, and the clients wanted to be able to use the windows still to be able to, open them up, let some fresh air in, and not to overly, block over and build over the windows. What we did was we found a supplier online who produced these canvas artworks, and then basically these canvas artworks went up on the wall On the back of these canvas artworks is this fabric you can see here, which is a black acoustically transparent fabric on the screen wall. We use those behind, and as you can see, they block out the light 100%. We'll switch the lights off in a minute, and you can see the room is dark when it's working. Other than that, we put a little staging on the floor just to give that that theatrical appearance. When you walk in the room, you're stepping up and sitting down. But this room's been finished for well over a year now. Clients love it. They use it every day. They use it for all the different types of content. And it's just a really good example of taking a disused, unloved room and making it into a new favourite room. So that's enough from me. I'll go and grab the remote control, come and sit next to you, and then we'll just fire it up and you can watch a little bit of content. Thanks for tuning in.
Bond, any thug can kill. I have to know I can trust you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
You are a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
Is this really what you want?